So I said what I shared with you, the directory is like one side of it. The other side of it is we're also developing, this is super early stages, right?
Yeah.
Working with people who are actively looking. So for example, let's just say we go back in history, right? And you're like, okay, hey, we're kind of interested in Waypoint. We'd like to talk to them. But instead of talking to them directly, doing it through us, letting us kind of facilitate that.
Interesting.
Right? And the
Yeah.
reason, right, I see the potential to like change the industry and change how like buying works, certainly in our space, in our community, is that we could then go to Waypoint or whoever you're interested in and say like, great, we have a community member who's interested in connecting with you. However, we'd also like for you to agree to our code of conduct because we have this code of conduct in Slack that we will moderate. So we see an opportunity to extend that beyond just what happens in the Slack community and into the buying process, right? We have heard stories of people like, well, I contacted this company and now they don't stop like messaging me or calling me, right? And leaving messages on
Spam
my
me
phone.
all the time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? Because,
Yeah.
there's going to be somebody who thinks that's like a good idea. And so then we can kind of tell them, we're great, we're happy to connect you to this person if you're willing to be a good citizen of the community.
And you use the power and influence of the community to
Exactly.
kind of help monitor and control might be a strong word, but encourage those companies to act accordingly, right?
100%. I think most of the people that are in the community, most of the people that we talk to want to be good citizens of the community, but they're not exactly sure what that means or where the rules, where are the boundaries of that. And for the most of our history, we've kind of kept it to like Slack, but the reality is a lot of stuff happens outside of Slack too. And so kind of connecting it into the buying process, right? So making it more buyer driven and kind of improving that experience. So that also goes back to what we said earlier about like, hey, you choose who you want to talk to that works there versus having the salesperson give you like favorite people to talk
Sure,
to.
sure.
And I think they will also moderate other people on their teams.
Mm-hmm,
Like, hey,
mm-hmm.
with support driven, this is how we do things, right? Because I know they already do that in our community, but now also through like the buying process.
Yeah, yeah, I like that idea. I really do.
Yep. Yep. So if you're actively looking, like that's something that we're also doing, right?
Okay.
Just to kind of make those introductions, because this is how we started, literally. And hey, this is the idea, or do you want to do this with us?
Do you want to help? Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to be a part of this? Right? Because we're in this for the long run, right? So sooner or later, we're gonna get enough people on board, and then the vendors will eventually be like, okay, well, I guess we should prioritize being a good citizen, right?
Because this allows me this access to all these potential
Exactly, right.
buyers.
And we want to have a good
Yeah,
reputation in
yeah.
the community. We don't want to be known as the bad citizens.
The people not to go to.
Right. Long term, this also sets the foundation to change the industry even more.
You have to start
Yep.
somewhere. And that positive reinforcement of, hey, I worked with support driven and I
Yep.
was able to really get a very solid yes,
Yep.
all because
Yep.
I treated them with respect and
Yep.
I was a good citizen.
Yes.
And these rules really work. I
Yeah.
can see how that could grow really exponentially over time, right?
Yes. Because we have this in Slack, but now let's extend it.
Now,
One of the goals I would love for us to do, and this is the foundation of it, right? Is getting people and teaching people in our community to ask, prove to me that your support is good before, because I guarantee you, by doing that, the CEO of those companies will care. You're going to win or lose a deal based on how good your support is. And then that's where we can start shifting this idea of like, oh yeah, we should be thinking about support first because it's a part of the sales process. And then we can do that in our space, and hopefully we can spread that outside of our space across SaaS. But this is the
it's
first
how
step.
you get started with it.
Exactly.
Start at home, like charity starting
Exactly.
at home, and then it's out for sure. For sure.
Exactly. Right.